Hello, Sun Lakers. Welcome to another Sun Lakes Board Update. I'm here with Vice President Bob Walter and Board President Joe Ganino to bring you the latest news.
Welcome, everybody. This is our November update from the board. And my name's Joe Ganino, and I'm your board president at this time.
Bob Walter, Vice President. Wanted to review some items with you and let you know some of the things that we've been accomplishing, this past month and this year. The marketing committee has been very busy. They have come up with a new billboard. I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but here's a picture of it, and it's an awesome billboard. It's going west on 10, right before the off-ramp for Highland Springs, and we're hoping that it'll help increase the sales here, in our community. I noticed that we currently have 73 homes for sale, which is a lot. So we want to encourage that because we do net some revenue from that. We're also starting a new program called Try Before You Buy to qualified buyers, and then we're notifying realtors that use and sell a lot of properties here, notify them that if you have a qualified buyer, they're eligible to have a free round of golf. So they can check us out. Now, there's no real cost to our community, but it may encourage more golfers moving into our beautiful community. In addition to that, we're putting an ad in the Inland Empire magazine in the January edition. It's a 50th big edition, and it's going to also advertise the Try Before You Buy program to see if we can increase the sales here in our community. I wanted to also go over. We had a survey back, I believe, in September, and one of the questions, the 8th question, was the open end, and that was, do you have any other concerns that you would like to bring to our attention? And there was 1,238 people that did the survey, respondents, and we did have over 100 that had written comments about things that were important to them that they wanted the board, to address. So I want to give you some of those numbers so you'll be aware that we're aware. The first one, the overwhelming complaint, 94 of them, was on the food and beverage operation. Next was they were against the real estate office, 36 for that. At that particular time, there was a consideration to convert the Cheers bar into a real estate office that has since been tabled by the board. Cars parked in driveway, 29 people were upset about that. Speeding and stop signs, 19. Security, 16. Open the community to 55 and others, the golf community, 11. No dog park, 10. Landscaping, weeds, 10. And then vacant homes, 7. At the very end, there were 5 that wanted to recall the board, and 4 that were upset with First Service. So it's kind of like the First Service firing and the recalling were not a big issue at all, for the community, as evidenced by this survey. Now, we did have a town hall on the 10th of November, and the town hall was concerning the RFPs, the request for proposals, and making a decision regarding that. And the overwhelming consensus in that town hall was wait. Let's not rush into anything. Let's not have any more undue expenses and shortfalls like we have had with food and beverage. And they wanted to also encourage reinstituting the PAC committee and have other professional people review the RFPs before making a decision. Now, this was on the 10th, and since then other items have transpired, other decisions have been made by the district delegates, and Joe can be explaining those later on. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that in order to have a better image for our community, I noticed there was graffiti on the walls, the perimeter of our walls, out by holes number 2, 3, and 4. So we notified First Service, and they are today repainting those walls, so there'll be no more graffiti available, and it'll help give a better image and hopefully increase the sales in our community. Joe?
Thanks, Bob. I want to go over some of the projects and initiatives that the board's been working on, and we're going to start with the automatic doors in the main clubhouse. These doors will be arriving at the end of November, and we should have them installed and up and running sometime in December. Number 2, the security review of the association. So this is the gate systems that we currently have. The gate systems have been troublesome for quite some time, and it took us about 6 months to get the first review, and then we had a presentation, I think just last week,
Yes.
from another company, and we're waiting for their numbers as well. But we are going to be moving forward on rethinking how we do the gates and the system that we're currently using, and potentially getting to where we're going to go away from the RF, the sticker that everybody always complains about, and going to a license plate reader system. So we're ongoing with that program. Pavement management. The pavement management has been approved, and work will begin on December 15th. So we're excited that we're going to get that up and running. The automated grass cutter and ball retriever, the robots, if you will. We just finished a 3-week test program with those on the driving range and on the number 9 fairway rough. And the board reviewed last week their findings from our greenskeeper and from our head PGA pro, the director of golf. They gave us an oversight of what they felt. The board discussed it, and we decided to move forward and bring in another company to give us another demonstration. So they're currently working on that as well. The golf tee box leveling, so the par 3s on the championship course in January, starting in January, I believe the 15th, they will have a company come out and start leveling those and preparing them to get them in championship condition. Along with the tee boxes, the championship course back 9 bunker project will start as well in January with new liners and new sand and a new design, and that's been approved, and so we're looking forward to that as well. Gate 2 pedestrian fence. So at Gate 2, there is a gap between the walk-through gate and the water fountain. The fountains, you can walk on the sidewalk behind the fountains, and there's a blind spot, a large blind spot about 65 feet, where somebody could walk behind the guard shack building and walk right onto the property, and the guard would never see them. So we are awaiting a quote. Actually, we did receive the quote, and we're moving forward with it. I apologize. We'll be putting up the wrought iron fencing to block that off so people can't just walk onto the property. Another project we're working on is the automatic doors for the sand wedge. The sand wedge doors leading out to the patio have been a problem for some of our residents with walkers and canes, and so we're awaiting a proposal from our automatic door company on that. We hope to get it. The next update will be on 12/10, and we hope to get that approved and get that project underway as well. Make it a little bit easier for our residents to get in and out of our dining halls. There's some more on the backside here. Let's see, clock tower and legacy brick program. So last week, our first 100 bricks that we ordered arrived on property. Today, as we do this show, our director of operations is going to the brick manufacturing company, a couple exits down the road to the east of us, and picking out a pallet of bricks that will serve as blanks around the resident bricks, and so that way we can, as the second order when the second order comes in, he'll be able to remove those bricks and put in the family legacy bricks. So the brick program is up and running, and the clock is still slated to be here the first week in December, and so we're still on track to have a ribbon cutting ceremony on the 17th of December. RFP for management services. The board is still reviewing the management companies that responded to the RFP. We're still in the discovery stage, and just last week the board started visiting some of the properties, and we're just at that level now where we've brought them in, we've interviewed them all, and now we're out looking at their properties. Sale of HOA foreclosed homes. Now this has been a big topic for quite a while. The board last month met with a company that we have decided to go with. They're going to start purchasing these properties. They, in fact, this morning I received a text from one of the representatives. I'll be working with Chris Mitchell this afternoon on getting two of the properties prepared with the proper numbers for what we have on the seconds that we foreclosed on, so that we can recoup all our losses. So we're really excited about this program. Last month, the financials showed $479,000 in bad debt, and we were advised that about 90% of that are these seconds with foreclosures that we have on these properties. So we're hoping to recoup some of those losses.
Good.
And lastly, the billiard room. The billiard club had requested some chairs be replaced. Bob and I, a couple of weeks ago, went down there and sat in these chairs, and we sunk in them pretty good, and our feet were off the ground. They were really uncomfortable. And so the board approved to replace the chairs in the billiard room. So feel pretty good about that. The other chairs were leather, and they were stretching, and you just kind of sank down in them. So it was really uncomfortable for the members.
Yeah, it was only 8 chairs, and the total cost was under $2,500. So we felt it was appropriate.
Absolutely. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to read a statement, and this statement may clear up some of the rumors and the misunderstandings from the community, and we're hoping that this will help a little bit. So I'm going to give you some factual timelines on what's transpired over the past month. It's with heavy heart I write this morning. Over the past few days, a lot of rumors, activities outside the norm have risen up here in our community. This morning, I'd like to clear those rumors up with full transparency. This is my timeline since 11/6 of 2025 to this day present. On Thursday, 11/6, the district delegates voted to strongly suggest to the board to adopt a governance policy, recreate the procurement advisory committee, and to have that committee review all RFPs for new management companies moving forward. On Monday, 11/17/2025, the district delegates voted in a special session to remove 3 board members, Gary, Mary Jo, and Sandra. Bob and I were in attendance and spoke before the delegates. During this meeting, an executive board meeting was taking place on the property. We were told that it was a Zoom call for a new attorney firm and a Zoom call to one of the management companies requesting a list of properties for us to visit. After that board meeting adjourned, Gary left for vacation. On Tuesday, 11/18/2025, Bob and I had a meeting with some of the district delegates pleading for them to reverse their decision. We stated it would be best for the community during the holiday season, and that the cost would be $21,000 additional dollars to have 2 elections, only 7 weeks apart. On Wednesday, 11/19/2025, the Master Board had its normal executive session from 8:30 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. Then we proceeded over to the open session at 3 o'clock. On Thursday, 11/20/2025, Bob and I spoke with legal counsel for advice and what our options were. We were advised that the 3 board members, Gary, Sandra, and Mary Jo, did have a legal vote to negotiate with different management companies. Legal counsel also advised us that the district delegates did have a legal vote to recall and start the recall election process. So to summarize, a vote to remove Gary, Sandra, and Mary Jo from the board of directors by the residents will be on February 25th, 2026 at a cost of $21,000. The annual election will be on either April 7th, 8th, or 9th. It hasn't been determined the date yet. 2026 at an additional cost of $21,000. We will continue to try to find resolve during this holiday season. Rest assured, the board will continue to try to find resolve. The board is discussing another town hall or potential meeting with the district delegates to give further information on our timeline and where we're at in the process with the RFP. We will continue the discovery negotiations with other management companies. I want the residents of Sun Lakes to know that the board will continue to do whatever we can do to ensure every single thing the board does is legal and with full transparency. Please do us a favor during this holiday season. When it comes to social media, be kind to each other. Understand the facts first before you comment. It's the holiday season. I personally want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. And again, Sun Lakes is a great place to live. Let's keep it that way.
I agree, but I would like to clarify that according to Section 5 of the bylaws, the district delegate does have the right and the authority, to go ahead and make a decision to remove one or more of the directors with or without cause by a vote of the delegates representing only a majority of the voting power. So they do have that authority.
Yes.
And I think the reason that they took that is, my interpretation of it is that there was a rush by the certain members of the board that wanted to terminate the first service agreement as quickly as possible and replace it with another management company. And as we indicated at the town hall, the community was not interested in that. The community wanted to take more time to review and have input from others before we made a potential mistake, because there is an additional cost of $21,000 for the extra election, but that pales in comparison with the cost that would cost us and the community if we were to make a mistake and hire the wrong firm and have much higher rates. That would be an annual cost, and the budget that we're under this year is a first service budget. If they hire a new company, it's going to be their fees, their cost, and it's going to most likely be much higher. At least the one that they were targeting was double. It was, instead of 4% fee, it was an 8% fee. So I think that was a factor in consideration of hey, slow down, and there was no slowdown. There on the 17th, there was a vote by the majority of the board to go ahead and seek a new management company. So that's partially the contributing factors to this. Now we're trying to get it resolved. We're trying to get all parties together, the delegates and the board, all the members of the board, and see if we can't work this out. But that's some of the other information that impacted the overall process where we're at right now. But I hope that we can all of us can do what's best for the community, and make sure that our needs are met, our amenities are enhanced and improved pursuant to the mission statement of the board. And I wish everybody happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.